gonna talk about the Book Thief movie. I haven't actually finished the book, but just in case you are also unaware of this story, basically it's about this girl who gets adopted by this family, and she's living in Germany during the wartime of World War II. It's very heart-string-pulling movie. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So you've got these really great actors in this movie. You've got Sophie Nélisse, I believe that's her last name. You've got like Geoffrey Rush and Emily Watson, and just everyone in this movie was absolutely spectacular. I really love the characters of Liesl's new parents. They have these great bantering sessions, and it's amazing, and definitely heard a lot of laughs in the theater. And of course you have the kids in this movie who were absolutely just as spectacular as the adult characters, really, because you've got, I know the girl who plays Liesl is from Canada. The fact that she had like a German accent all throughout, and it was like really stellar, because I know I've seen movies where like somebody puts on an accent and you're like, no. This story is really good. Even though I haven't read the book all the way through, I thought that it flowed very well, and it was very, very good, very pulls at your heartstrings kind of thing. And definitely with like her learning how to read and just trying to find something to read, because there's this whole scene where they're burning books. I can't believe that that is something that people really had to go through, and whether or not they believed in that. And I know during the Q&A time there was a guy who stood up and said, this isn't really a question, but you know, thank you for bringing up the fact that there were people who hid Jewish people in their house and things like that, and people who might not have had a chance to live otherwise, and gave them another day, or, you know, a piece of bread, a piece of cheese, you know, let them stay in their barn, you know, those kinds of things. And so it just really brings in that humanity during wartime, because I know a lot of times we do focus on the horrific parts, which are very true, and we do need to remember those things, but it's also really awesome to remember that, you know, there are people who were willing to help, even if it was risking their own safetyhood and their own livelihood. Have I talked about the visuals? Because the visuals are very, very good. I really like the lighting settings in this movie, like the whole, you know, during the dark nighttime kind of stuff. She's learning how to read because she's 10 years old and she doesn't know how to read, and her new dad is learning or teaching her how to read late at night, and also playing the accordion, which is just amazing all throughout this film. I just love his character so much. Geoffrey Rush's character is amazing. Just amazing. I know, I just keep doing this where I'm just like, oh my goodness, because the actors, phenomenal. As I said about the Q&A, that was a lot of fun. Sophie just told us very bluntly that this was not a project that she was absolutely looking forward to. She had actually wanted to become an Olympic gymnast at one point, and so she was like, oh, I really wanted to focus on that, but then I gave this a chance and just really fell in love with it, like really just believed in these characters and whatnot. And so like not until like a couple of times later that she was auditioning did she really like go, wow. And she also told us the story about how she thought she was going to be in a movie with Emma Watson, not Emily Watson, and it was adorable. Also, Marcus Zuzak was very blunt about the movie adaptation process, and he was just like, I was done with this book. I was willing to give it to somebody else and let them tell the story, because I guess he just gave everything in this book to write it. And so it was really awesome to see an author say that, because I know a lot of times a lot of authors are unhappy with the project, and for good reason most of the time. So yeah, and all of this movie was amazing. The Q&A was a lot of fun to be there for, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I get to be in a room with like awesome movie maker people. So in all, this movie was absolutely amazing. It came out on November 8th in select theaters, and so definitely try to go see it if you can. I'm not sure if it's gonna be too widely released. I wish it was. I really, really wish that everyone could go see it. Hopefully once the DVD comes out, like, everyone can see it. So if you want to see the trailer, I'll leave a link below to my blog posts and whatnot and all that fun stuff. And I hope you all have a great day and keep reading.